Hey everyone, this is Price on the mic, and today we're playing and reviewing a game by the name of Lawbreakers. Yup, that's me on the screen right now. Really putting my gaming skills to the test here because I am a complete noob at this game. This is only my second match. I knew my first match would be a complete disaster, so I didn't even bother recording. But this match here actually went pretty good, in my opinion. You guys tell me. I'll talk about the game while you guys judge my semi-pro gameplay. Lawbreakers is an upcoming first-person shooter developed by Boss Key Productions and published by Nexon, set to be released officially on August 8th, 2017. So literally days from now, and a lot of people still have no idea what the game is about or what it looks like. That's why I decided to make this video, to really give an idea of what to expect when playing this game, and to give my unbiased opinion on whether the game is worth your hard-earned cash or not. The game is being directed by Cliff Bleszinski. The game is being directed by Cliff Bleszinski. For those of you who don't know who that is, well, he's most notable for serving as lead designer for all 3 installments of the Gears of War franchise. Yeah, the guy's a pretty big deal in the gaming community. The game is yet another hero-based first-person shooter. You would think Lawbreakers would have a huge following due to the man behind it all, and due to the kind of game he is trying to make it. His vision for this game is basically Overwatch but with a higher skill requirement. But the game's following has really declined since its initial announcement. On July 28th, the day of release for the open beta, the peak amount of players playing was 4,557. Not too bad, right? Well, considering the fact that the beta is free and the game is days away from official release, the logical thing to conclude is that on that day, you would have an enormous amount of people wanting to try the game to decide whether to buy it or not. What this number tells us is that on PC, only 4,557 people are at least thinking about buying this game. Now, this doesn't mean the game sucks or that it isn't worth your time. On the contrary, Lawbreakers is a very good game. It's not just a fun game to play, but also a fun game to watch because it is so hectic and action-packed that it will make for some very entertaining live streams, gameplay videos, and E-League tournaments. But first come the cons. I really wish they had taken a different route for Lawbreakers. The hero-based FPS genre is already dominated by Overwatch to the point that while playing Lawbreakers, you're just like, damn man, this is so much fun, but I really feel like playing Overwatch now. I know it's true because I got that feeling too after my 3rd game. I feel like the game is underwhelming as a hero-based FPS. That's why we keep thinking back to the more fulfilling experience. But it would feel so good as just a regular FPS with customizable loadouts, abilities, and characters. Seriously though, what's with the asphyxiation of hero-based FPS games? I get it, Overwatch became very successful off of that, but that's back when the hero-based FPS idea seemed original. Now it's not. We would prefer customization, especially if you're not going to add more than 6 heroes. The whole gravity-defying setting of the game is not explained very well. As a matter of fact, Lawbreakers probably has the vaguest background story of any game releasing this year. It's something about the moon being destroyed, humans being forced to create synthetic gravity, and criminals taking advantage of this necessity. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's what I interpreted. But the thing about a multiplayer only game is that it should have a very broad background story. Each hero should have his own story that will make players actually appeal to their character. And I think that's part of why Overwatch is so successful. Not only does it have great gameplay, but the story behind the game ties everything together. I mean, even For Honor had a story to back up the multiplayer gameplay. A shitty story, but hey, they made an attempt. The heroes don't seem to fulfill any specific role. There's no real tank, there's one medic, really every hero seems to be DPS focused. Which is fine and dandy, but then why make the game a hero-based FPS? Like, the whole point of that kind of game is to have a diverse set of heroes who fulfill a specific set of roles. On Overwatch, everyone is working together to win the game, for the most part at least. But in Lawbreakers, everyone is spread out, just trying to get the most amount of kills or just minding their own business. And it's not even their fault, it's just that there are no heroes that can really help win the objective. It's just kill or be killed, so the most viable way to play is spread out and try to kill as many players on the enemy team as you can. Which is okay, but doesn't that sound more like a Call of Duty kind of game? Also, the map designs are pretty damn terrible. Everything is just a big open space with some areas that have low gravity and poorly placed health stations with no indicators telling you where they are. A good portion of the FPS genre is using the map's elements to your advantage, but Lawbreakers decided to go with wide open maps, therefore that important trait of the genre is thrown out the window, so forget about using tactics to outmaneuver your enemies using your knowledge of the map. And don't even get me started with these damn health stations. Notice during my gameplay how many times I have to run out of a firefight just to regain some health so I won't die. The least they could have done is add some kind of self-healing that triggers when you've killed your enemies and you're just standing there by the objective uncontested. Oh, and remember that one role-playing hero I mentioned, the combat medic? Yeah, don't use him, he's terrible. He can heal others decently at best, but the damage output by this hero is a joke, so it makes staying alive to heal very difficult. The medic's main weapon is basically a grenade launcher. Explosive as your primary weapon, dude, that's OP. You might be thinking, but we all know grenade launchers require surrounding environment while the enemy is in proximity, so the explosions can do some splash damage. That's how they're really supposed to be used. The problem we have here is that Lawbreakers is a game where you spend most of the time fighting in the air. Therefore, you have to hit your enemy dead on the forehead to really do anything. And to really just shit on all your hopes and dreams of being a combat medic main in Lawbreakers, you also have to make sure to keep a fair amount of distance from the enemy, as combat medics can damage themselves with their own grenades splash damage. Enough of the negativity though, let's talk about the pros. Lawbreakers more than accomplishes what it was meant to do, and that is gravity defying combat. There's a lot of mid-air combat in this game, which surprisingly works very well. And it does take some skill to play good enough to not be considered absolute trash at the game, but it's not like you have to be a professional gamer either. If I can do it, you could do it, believe me. The graphics are nice, nothing out of this world, but they do what they're supposed to, which is make the game look and feel edgy. As you can tell, Lawbreakers is a very fast game, each character having excellent mobility, but of course some better than others. Most of the characters have speed boost moves that accelerate them even further. This makes it easier for players to jump in and out of firefights at a moment's notice. Getting from one end of the map to the other can be done in a matter of seconds. So even after you've killed the majority of the opposing team and forced them to respawn, your team cannot relax, because before you know it, the whole team is backing you up against the wall once again. And the last pro, the most important one as well, is the fact that this game will be improved upon. The team behind this game is dedicated to making this as good as it possibly can. They didn't shy away from directly trying to rival Overwatch, which tells me that they believe in this title and they won't be giving up on it anytime soon. So my final verdict, maybe the best thing to do with Lawbreakers is to wait for the game to be improved. It will not take that long. I imagine in a couple of months the game will be a much better experience than it is right now. The thing is that the cons outweigh the pros by a long shot too. And I'm not the only one who sees this. You can search it up anywhere you want. A lot of people have similar things to say about the game. But make sure to keep an eye out for this game. I know I will. It's still a really fun game to watch, with all the mayhem it creates. That's all that I have for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more game reviews and gameplay videos. Leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date with the channel.